All right.
It's reading time.
Sit with your partners. All right. Donovan's table. Come sit. Jonathan, do you think you can sit with us? Okay. Come on. All right. And Dakota's table. Come sit.
That's the chart that I made that I was talking about with the feelings on it.
Okay. So, yesterday, you and Miss James talked about one way that we learn about characters. Does anyone remember what y'all were talking about? Canaria. Feelings. Alright. So remember, you learned about characters, about learning about characters through their feelings. Alright, so today we're going to talk about our own feelings and how we are often similar to characters in a story with how our feelings change in different situations. Alright, remember, a character has feelings just like you and I have feelings. A character's feelings and emotions they have in response to a specific situation can change. These feelings can change over time, depending on what's happening in the story. Alright, so let's talk about feelings you have in certain situations. So I'm going to tell you something that might happen, and you're going to tell me how you would feel. Alright. So, you have plans to spend the weekend with your best friend. How do you feel? Jason? You feel happy. Alright, so you have plans to spend the weekend with your best friend, but you got in trouble at school. Now your mom says you're grounded and your plans are canceled. Kendall, how do you feel? Feel sad. I would feel sad too.
I'll feel happy.
You would feel happy that you're grounded?
Yeah, because I don't go outside. I sleep, I play Fortnite.
I wouldn't be happy. Alright, let's see. How would you feel if your brother realizes you tore a hole in his new jacket and he wakes you up by screaming at you?
Oh yeah.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Nathan, how would you feel? Huh? I would feel annoyed too. I think I would feel annoyed. Alright, so your mom comes in to stop the arguing while your brother's yelling at you. How would you feel if your mom came to stop the arguing?
Sad.
Ethan. Jonathan, raise your hand.
I would be feeling bad, I think.
I think that I would feel relieved if my mom came in, because I have a brother, and if he was yelling at me because if I did tear a hole in his jacket by accident, and he was yelling at me, and my mom came in to stop him from yelling at me, I think that I would feel something that's called relieved. It's like, oh, thank goodness she stopped him from yelling at me.
Miss James, is your brother,
No, he's younger than me. Alright. Your mom found out that you did it on purpose. So she thinks you did it on purpose, but it was actually an accident. So how do you feel if she says you tore this hole in his jacket on purpose, but actually it was an accident? Canaria, how would you feel?
sad.
I would feel sad too.
I feel disappointed.
Alright. Alright, so think. You got up this morning and you came to school. How did you feel this morning when you came to school? Donovan,
I'll feel happy.
you felt happy that you came to school? I was happy when I came to school. Tristan, how did you feel when you came to school?
Sad.
Why were you sad?
I don't want to go to school.
Brooklyn, how did you feel when you came to school?
Tired.
Tired? I was a little tired this morning. Alright, so after you got to school, one of your friends hits you.
Oh.
So how do you feel after your friend hits you? Dakota,
Mad.
I think I would be kind of mad too. You decided that it was best not to fight back after your friend hits you. How do you feel? Rosa. Guys, is your name Rosa? I didn't think so. Yeah. Frustrated. Yeah. Jason, how would you feel if your friend hit you, but you decided not to fight back?
Disappointed because if somebody will friend down, they won't try to make progress between you and your friend. They won't try to fight back on it.
Yeah. Kanayas, how would you feel? Yeah. Yeah. Those are all pretty good. All right, let's see. So your friend was suspended for hitting you, and you were sent back to class because you didn't do anything. So how would you feel if you and your friend got sent to the office because your friend hit you, but you got sent back to class because you didn't do anything, and your friend got sent home because they were suspended? Daquan. Mad? Why would you be mad?
Because I want to go home.
That's not what suspension is about.
Yeah, suspension means you get in trouble, and it's not just, okay, you get to go home. You're in really big trouble if you're suspended.
And I was grounded.
Donovan.
I was feeling mad because I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, but you got sent back to class, so it's just a normal day for you now. Jason,
I feel happy.
you feel happy? Okay, one more. Kendall. Okay, that's all right. I think that I think I would be kind of upset because, you know, my friend got in trouble. But I think I would also be
I would have some with him. If you hit back, that would be fucking.
yeah, if you were to hit back, you would get in trouble. But you didn't hit back. So it's a good thing that you weren't in trouble, right? Yeah, it's a good thing that you didn't get in trouble. All right. So remember, your feelings can change depending on the situation that you're in. So like when your friend hit you, you were kind of mad, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but then when you got sent back to class and you weren't in trouble, you were kind of like relieved, like, oh, thank goodness I didn't get in trouble. Now my mom is not gonna be mad at me, right?
Is she?
No. Yes. Yeah, but if you didn't do anything, then you probably aren't going to get in trouble. Okay, so yesterday you started reading the book, Thank You, Mr. Falker. Today I'm going to read a few more pages of the book to you, and after each page we will stop to discuss the character's feelings. And I will write a feeling word on a sticky note at the bottom of the page, okay? first grade, Trisha sat in a circle with the other kids. They were all holding Our Neighbor, their first reader, sounding out letters and words. They said bleh, bleh, oi, boy, and la, la, look. The teacher smiled at them when they put all their sounds together and got a word right. When Trisha looked at the page, all she saw were wiggling shapes. And when she tried to sound out words, the other kids were laughing at her. Trisha, are you looking at, what are you looking at in that book, they'd say. I'm reading, she'd say back to them. But her teacher would move on to the next person. Always, when it was her turn to read, her teacher had to help her with every single word. And while the other kids moved up into the second reader and third reader, she stayed alone in our neighborhood. Trisha began to feel different, but she began to feel dumb. So how do you think that Trisha feels? Jonathan, can you raise your hand? Jonathan, how do you think she feels?
Sad.
Why do you think that she feels sad?
It's not funny.
Okay, so raise your hand if you think that Jonathan is right that she feels sad. Okay, all right, raise your hand if you could tell me why you think she feels sad. Empress.
Because she can't read.
Yeah, because she's having a really hard time reading. All right, why else might she feel sad? Tristan, what else happened on this page that might make her feel sad?
People been laughing at her.
Yeah, because they're laughing at her. What if you were really trying to read and people started laughing at you? Would you feel happy? Yes, frustrated. Did you hear Rosa? She says she would feel frustrated. Yeah.
I want to.
All right. So I liked Rosa's word. That was a really good word, Rosa. All right. So I like the word frustrated. Do y'all like the word frustrated?
No.
No? All right, raise your hand if you like the word frustrated. Raise your hand if you like the word sad. All right, we got a lot of votes for frustrated. All right, so we're going to go with frustrated.
We should got 10 million votes
All right, so on this page she felt frustrated. Like that. Okay, let's see what happens on this page. The harder words got for the little girl, the more and more time she spent drawing. How she loved to draw, or just sitting and dreaming, or when she could, going for walks with her grandmother. One summer day, she and her grandmother were walking together in the small woods behind the farm. It was twilight. The air was sweet and warm. Fireflies were just coming up from the grasses. As they walked, Trisha said, "Grandma, do you think I'm different?" "Of course," her grandma answered. "To be different is the miracle of life. You see, all of those fireflies, everyone is different." "Do you think I'm smart, Trisha?" Trisha didn't feel smart. Her grandma hugged her. "You are the smartest, quickest, dearest little thing ever." Right then, the girl felt safe in her grandmother's arms. Reading didn't matter so much. So how do you think that Trisha feels on this page? Jason.
Feel like she's happy.
Yeah, she's happy. Did anyone else think of a different word? Nathan. Yeah, she feels better. She feels a lot better than when she was like really frustrated and upset on this page when people were making fun of her and she was having a hard time reading, right? Empress, what word did you think of?
She feels delighted.
Delighted. That's a good word. Alright, so who likes the word delighted? We already have happy up here.
What does that mean? It means like.
Delighted means like, yeah, it means happy. That's a really good word.
I ain't giving no boy.
All right. So let's go with the word delighted. All right. So we found on this page that Trisha was really frustrated because she was having a really hard time reading. Okay? But then on this page, just by turning the page, just by reading this little bit, she was delighted, as Empress said. She was happy. She felt much better, right? All right. So now, Miss James, do you want it in a different color or anything?
That's fine, it doesn't matter.
All right. So first,
Can't see. She is
right, she was
Why,
frustrated.
Miss Parker, why when you write your thumb go up?
All right. And then how does she feel?
Delighted.
Delighted. Okay, so let's look at the words from yesterday. How did she feel yesterday? She was happy, and then what? Excited, and then today she was frustrated, and then delighted. So her feelings have changed a lot, right? Just from reading 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, right? Okay, so as you get ready to go off to read today, I want you to pay special attention to the characters' feelings in the story. So think about the characters, how the characters' feelings change over time. So just like Trisha's feelings have changed, think about how your characters in your story are changing as you're reading them. I want you to use sticky notes. You have sticky notes in your little, yes, in your little caddies on your table. Use sticky notes to mark places in your book, and you will need a set of sticky notes, your green book pack, and a pencil. Okay? You need 3 things. What do you need? A sticky note, pencil, and your green book pack. Okay. So, Tristan, I'm going to send you back to your seats, and you're going to go and choose book, and you're going to take your sticky notes, and what are you going to do with your sticky notes? All right, raise your hand if you could tell me what you're writing on your sticky notes. Empress. Yes, the character's feelings, so you can flip through your book when you're finished with it, and you can see how they've changed, just like we can see right here, how they have changed throughout the book. Okay, so I'm going to, when I call your color that you're sitting on, Tristan, when I call your color that you're sitting on, you're going to go back to your seat, you're going to find a book, get some sticky notes and a pencil. You're going to start working on that, okay?
Can you go somewhere in the wall? Can you go somewhere in the room?
Yes. Purple squares.
Oh, where?
Blue squares. Green squares. Jonathan, that's you. green book pack. Your green book pack.